Okay, everyone, thanks so much for joining us today. We are going to go over the aspects of the admin portal, aspects of the admin side of the portal that I think are really important to pay attention to pre-trade show season. Because, of course, once your sales team gets to the trade show, we obviously want them to have the prettiest, most up-to-date portal to go ahead and sell and work with their buyers. So I'm just going to actually highlight a few sections of admin that I want you all to pay particular attention to. And then, of course, we've got Allie on standby answering questions. So if you want to go ahead and chat in a question, you're absolutely welcome to do so. Okay, perfect. So the first thing that I want to go ahead and call out is the product gallery. Now, I know this is really New Order 101, but in this area, it's really important that you know that you can merchandise your seasons up or down simply by dragging and dropping. Now, a lot of brands, when they load in a season, don't make it a point to put their most current season up at the top. So for example, in this portal that I'm working on, we've got fall 15. Let's say we're about to show fall 15, perhaps at the Vegas trade shows that are coming up actually next week. We would go ahead and we want to put fall 15 to the top. That way we would ensure that all fall 15 product is at the top of the all products gallery. The next item I want to call out in this area is the fact that we are now in the merchandising tab, which gives us the ability to merchandise products the way that we see fit. So for example, let's say that the Tarantini legging, one was here and one was here. I want to make sure that those are together so that when a sales rep is looking for this particular legging in, or this particular outfit, I'd say, because we've got the legging and the top here, that they're all merchandised together so they're easy to find. And then, of course, you just want to make sure that you are saving all your changes. Saving throughout the admin section is key. I will tell you that without saving, anything that you do within the section will not work. Now, I don't have to step back out to that main list. I can actually just scroll along the top. The next section that I really want to call out is the Manage Line Sheets section. Now, one thing I want to talk about with the line sheets is that I cannot express how important the line sheet section is for our brands. Our best and brightest brands, our most successful ones, are utilizing this section to curate the selling experience for their buyers. So they are creating line sheets around their top 20 best sellers. They're creating stories. For example, one of our great brands, BCBG, creates line sheets for spring on Labor Day and Valentine's Day, and it's wedding season. And so they really are driving content to their buyers and to their sales reps, which incentivize their sales reps to then send out line sheets and their buyers to then buy. It just makes it really easy. So if you aren't utilizing this tab, absolutely make sure that this is something that you're doing. I think a great way to start is to simply load your current season. So go ahead and set up, if you have a catalog or a line sheet that your sales team is working off for the show, set that up in here. Make sure that the styles are in catalog order. So how do we create a line sheet? To create a line sheet, we're just going to click into the Create New Line Sheet section. We're going to simply title it. So perhaps you're doing spring or spring 15, we can say. You have this opportunity to go ahead and choose a template. You can go ahead and choose 5-product landscape, perhaps. A lot of our brands right now are also setting up ATS line sheets. You're making FaceTime with buyers at the upcoming shows. So it's a great opportunity to go ahead and just get your ATS out. So note that if you do load inventory onto Neuter, you can choose a line sheet option that will print with inventory. Now, if you don't, and it is something that you would like to do, definitely reach out to the Heroes team, HEROES at New Order, to go ahead and help us get you sorted with inventory. Now, to load a cover page, it's a simple drag and drop. So if I have an image on my desktop, I can go ahead and load that right onto here. So again, it's just a simple drag and drop for the image to load. That will also, loading a cover page will also make all the difference for your brands for your buyers, as it will send out that line sheet with a beautiful cover page. So a great idea is if you send out a trade show flyer, make the cover of the line sheet the trade show flyer so that when your reps are blasting out that line sheet to their buyers with our bulk mailing feature, that feature that allows you to mass email all of your accounts in one go, they can basically mass email their buyers a beautiful line sheet with a cover page that has your booth number on it, so they know exactly where to go. Now, one thing in this section, I always say start at the top, work your way to the bottom. So go ahead, toggle on wholesale and retail, select all the visibility, the currency visibility. So which of your buyers do you want to see this line sheet? I'm going to assume all. And now we can go ahead and set up this line sheet. So if I'm setting up spring, I can drill down by season, for example, and I can choose spring. I'm going to hit apply. And now I'm just going to add all to my line sheet. And then I have the opportunity to drag in separators. So for example, I'm just going to do a few here, maybe just tops. And I'm going to do bottoms here. You know, you guys get the point. And then I'm going to hit next step. You can add any product notes. Of course, this is optional. And then step 4, I'm going to go ahead and publish. Publishing your line sheet is key. If you do not publish it, no one will ever see it. And then again, that really important button, save, you just want to go ahead and hit save. The next one, the next area of the application I want to talk about, I'm just going to touch lightly on, is color swatching. Color swatching is such an amazing feature. If you don't have it utilized, if you're a brand that has lots of products that come in lots of different colors, definitely take the time to load in swatches for your sales team. You can, obviously you can go ahead and drag and drop in swatches, 28 at a time. If you do not have swatches, you can also use our pick color feature, which will just allow you to go ahead and click the plus sign and then select a color. So for example, if I can choose cool multi, I can go ahead and say it looks like that. Okay, awesome. Yep, great. Now I've got a color in there for this item. And then swatching obviously appears on the front end. Line sheets can also be sent out with swatching. So it's a pretty game-changing feature if you don't have it. I do want to call out that you can also load swatches in bulk with hex value. There's plenty of websites that will convert Pantone into hex. And then you can just mass email. So anywhere that you have the color black, red, charcoal will appear with that swatch. So you only have to load swatches once per color, not once per product or style. So again, an amazing feature. The last feature in this section that I want to call out is the product banners section. Now, I'm absolutely crazy about this feature, and I do feel that it is a slightly underutilized right now. The sold out banner, you can go ahead and trigger. So for those of you that load inventory onto your portal, you can go ahead and toggle on the sold out banner. What will happen is that when inventory depletes to 0, inventory must deplete to 0 across all sizes. A sold out banner will appear across the product. This also helps you. So for brands that don't like disabling your product when it's sold out, they don't like taking it down, the utilization of the sold out banner is so fantastic because it allows you to leave the product up and to alert the buyer that the product has been in fact sold out. Now you can also create custom banners. So here I've gone ahead and I've created 2 custom banners, one for bestseller, one for limited edition. Now these banners can also be applied to products via the product gallery, and I will show you how. I can also go ahead and add a banner, and you can do something like staff favorite, which is so great. Choose a color. I can also go ahead and you can do like editorial on any items that were perhaps photographed in a magazine. I can go ahead and choose a color for that. Now I can go ahead and click save, and I'll just quickly show you how to apply those banners. If I go back into my product gallery, I'm going to go into the edit section, and I'm going to edit a product. I'm going to scroll down to where you'll see product banners, and now I can go ahead and choose a banner that I want. So for this one, perhaps it was an editorial item. I can hit OK. And we'll go ahead and do 2 just so you guys have full visibility on how this all works. And then this one we can do limited edition, and we can go ahead and hit save. So now that's going to put some pretty cool product banners across our product. Again, I think it's a great idea, a great selling tool. I have a brand recently, Sui Denim. They actually created a line sheet of their best-selling products and then applied those banners across. So all of those products throughout their all products section, and then in this line sheet have bestseller now written across. So definitely like a great marketing tool. Okay, perfect. In this next section, inventory images and pricing. I'm not going to call out too much here. I think this is really truly more admin stuff. One big call out here though is that if you are struggling to load your images, it's taking you a long time to load them 28 at a time, we do now have a Dropbox integration. So as long as you have your own Dropbox, you can integrate it with us so that we can go ahead and load your pictures automatically for you. It'll basically suck them out of your Dropbox, resize them, and then send them out. Load them into your portal. If your images are not labeled according to a file naming convention, you will have to label them, but if they are labeled to a file naming convention, they will automatically be resized and they will be linked. So if you don't have your images sorted, definitely reach out to the Heroes team, again, HEROES, to go ahead and get that sorted. In regards to the buyer data section, I do want to call out something here. I think one of the greatest challenges for accounts is that they have all of their companies in, but in regards to buyers, they don't have buyers in the system. This is a really awesome report, Companies with No Buyer Data. You can go ahead and export this as an Excel file. This is going to basically pull you an entire list of all of your accounts that do not have a buyer listed. Now, no buyer can actually shop your portal unless you give them an invitation to do so. So what that's basically saying is that every single buyer that is on this list, every single company that is on this list that does not have an email associated with, means that that is a buyer, that is a retailer that does not have access to shop your portal. So I want to make sure that you guys run this export, take the time to make this export so that you can make sure that all of your accounts that are in the system, all the accounts that you want to sell to, that your sales reps want to sell to, definitely have a buyer affiliated with them. Okay. Now, the last section that we're going to go ahead and touch on is the brand information section, and that is the section where we can go ahead and review your brand settings. So things that I want to call out here that I think are often missed are simply your sales contact list. For those of you that have a really cool branded login page, make sure that on that branded login page that all of your sales reps are listed so that if a buyer is using your branded login page, they can go ahead and reach out to your sales team. The other call out here is I want to call out this terms and conditions area. So many people don't have their terms and conditions listed. And as you are using a digital online order form, terms and conditions are obviously very important. So when you're submitting those orders, it's really great at the shows when you're working on your iPads that you can get your buyer to go ahead and sign your orders right then and there. But of course, having them be privy to your terms and conditions is game changing. This is a simple cut and paste of your terms and conditions, so be sure to have them listed. The next section in this area is the customize your portal. Again, I think this is a very underutilized section. Your custom splash page, if you don't want to do all the customizations, but you want to do at least one, definitely do the splash page. Now, ideas for the splash page. Don't just load a pretty picture. This is your opportunity to really communicate with your buyers about new products. So perhaps you're releasing a new product, or your best seller is coming out in a new colorway, or perhaps you're going to be at a trade show. This is my trade show flyer, my booth number. A really great brand on our application, Iron and Resin, changes it out for every single trade show. They go ahead and they update their trade show information and include a booth number. Make sure that you're utilizing this retail space to go ahead and speak to your buyers, communicate with them, tell them about what's going on with your brand. Again, don't just make it a pretty picture. The other areas that you can customize, you can obviously throw in like a cool banner on top. You've got placeholders here. Some of our brands even go ahead and include information on, to place an order. You could go to the orders tab, or, to the all products tab. So they even sometimes give their buyers like tutorials on how to utilize the order within some of these splash pages. Our best brands get pretty creative here. And again, I want to call out, you've got to save it for your updates to save. Barcode management. Barcode scanning is a new feature for us. Now we'll go ahead, if your samples are UPC tag, you're in the clear. All you will have to do is to purchase a barcode scanner. We definitely have recommendations for scanners that we do recommend. We basically make this super easy for you. So even if your samples are not tagged with barcodes, something that is so great is that we can generate your barcodes for you. So you have this option to just let NuOrder take care of it for you, at which point you will toggle this to an on and you will hit save. You can then go into barcode printing, at which point you will be able to decide. You can drill down by a season, for example, and then do a search for a particular set of styles, or you could just select all and generate barcodes for all of your products. But we basically generate labels for you, and it's a simple Avery label that this prints out on. All this information and assistance with this feature is definitely available by emailing the Heroes team, HEROES, at NuOrder again. So why is barcode scanning so great? Barcode scanning so great is because when oftentimes reps have told me, sometimes they don't like using the iPad at the show or their computers at the show because they don't want the computer or the iPad to get in between them and the sale that they're trying to make. Barcode scanning, all they'll have to do is they hold a teeny barcode in their hand, the scanner in their hand. Every single style that the buyer likes, the rep simply scans. They can leave their iPad on the table, and all of those styles will pop up on their iPad, at which point they can then just action to turn it into an order or turn it into a recommendation. So definitely a really cool game-changing feature. I think if there's anything I encourage reps to do at the shows, it's to take notes and orders and to put them all into NuOrder so that you can utilize our reporting feature to then really, truly run your numbers and to get a full handle on what your best sellers are going to be for the season. Barcode scanning allows reps to do that. There's absolutely no excuse when you have barcode scanning implemented in your booth for your rep not to put in both their notes and their book dollars. So definitely, if you're interested in that, please reach out to us. It's still not too late to go ahead and implement this for the Vegas trade shows that are next week. Amazon Prime will overnight you one of these scanners. They're really inexpensive. And it's a great idea. Managed media, one of the members of our retail team who works often with our buyers actually just mentioned to me that the media tab is something that buyers really, really like. It actually came as a surprise to me because I wasn't sure if buyers were peaking in this section, but the feedback from buyers across the board is that they have been. So here, this gives you the opportunity to go ahead and load a lookbook. You simply just add a new gallery, and then you can drag and drop images in. Of course, you want to make it active if you're interested in having this be visible, and then you want to save. You also have the opportunity to load press. The cool thing about press is that you can also hotspot your press. So as you load your images, you can go ahead and load in all images first. You'll see that we've done that. You can then add in hotspots. What is adding in a hotspot? So if we wanted to go and say, I'll go ahead and add this hotspot here for this dress. So, let's say that it's these shoes. Let's say Chloe Savigny was wearing these shoes. I can say add hotspot. You'll see that as I move over and I go ahead and I place the little dot down there, I've now added a hotspot. What this is doing is it's basically making this picture shoppable. It's making it shoppable. So if you guys have recent press, definitely load it, definitely hotspot it. Your iPads also are shoppable, so the hotspot feature works on your iPad and your web app. So if a buyer comes to your booth and says, oh my God, I saw you guys in People magazine, absolutely loved it, your reps then have the ability to go to their media tab and be like, oh, you mean this picture? Awesome, let me add it to your cart. It's a no-brainer. Okay. And now you can also load video. So if you want to go ahead and add video, again, you can go ahead and click Add New Gallery, and then here are the requirements for loading your video. Okay, cool. I think that's pretty much it for us today. There is one new section that just got added, I'd say like a few weeks ago. It is our order settings section. I want to call out in this section that you can go ahead and choose. Let me just actually hit back one more time. Let me go right back into there so it's active. So in the order settings section, you do want to walk through some of these areas. You can basically, what we did is that we used to control these settings, and now we don't control these settings anymore. So you can basically allow your buyers to, so do you want your buyers to force orders? Do you want your reps to be able to force orders? How do you want your orders to split, for example? Do you want your orders to split by delivery? Do you want them to split by season? There's lots of cool settings that we've now given our brands the power to control, which is new for us. So if you are interested in learning about the orders settings section, again, please reach out to the Heroes team, and we'll go ahead and walk you through any of these if they're confusing, but definitely take the time to look through them. Okay, cool. So if there are no questions today, then we're going to go ahead and wrap up. Again, I just can't stress enough. I've been at the company since the beginning. My name is Rena. I am the Director of Customer Success here at NuORDER. Love what I do, and so much of it is because this product is truly game-changing. I was on the sales side for about 10 years prior to joining, and I can tell you that I will not work for another company. I wouldn't work for a fashion company or any wholesale company that didn't have a tool that does what NuORDER does today. So really, really great tool. I hope you highlighted some of the key areas of the application that I really want you to dig into, especially before the Vegas trade shows. If you have any questions at all, please direct them to me, direct them to the Heroes team, and we're excited to answer them for you. Just so you know, we'll have about 30 members in Vegas this weekend, staffing 16 trade shows. So again, if you need any assistance at all, reach out to the Heroes team, tell us your booth number, and we will send someone right over to assist. Thank you again for your time today, and I look forward to meeting and speaking and working with all of you. Okay, take care. Bye.